begins. I am grateful to the honorable members for their valuable contribution to the debate. I did not expect that there would be a long debate on this bill. I thought this was a very short and simple bill. Now, so far as the principle of the bill is concerned, it had been accepted when the budget was passed by this House. I mentioned in my budget speech that I proposed to bring forward a tax on hotels charging over a particular amount and that it would be yield also a particular revenue in the year for which I had taken credit. The House debated this. Therefore, to say that the bill has now got to be widely circulated among the people throughout the country for the examination of its principle appears to be beside the mark because it has already been approved by a full dress debate on the budget in which this was one of the items included. Only those bills which are brought suddenly are those bills the principle underlying which was not before the people or circulated among the people for eliciting opinion. But where a matter has been fully debated and accepted in principle, it is not necessary that it should again be sent in circulation among the public. So I feel that we need not send this bill in circulation among the public. The second point raised was that this bill should go to select committee. It was pointed out that there were some discrepancies. There are no discrepancies at all. I may point out that this bill was published 3 months ago and that it was before the public. If they had any representations to make, they would have certainly made them. Certain representations were in fact made. The government have had the opportunity of looking into all these various representations. Therefore, it is not necessary that it should go again to a select committee. Coming to the merits of the bill, I am very happy to say that most of the members of the House have supported the principle of the bill. I wanted to levy a tax on conspicuous consumption in country. I mentioned that this would be done through the hotel receipts bill. On the issue that conspicuous consumption should be taxed, there can be no two opinions. In fact, it has been the demand from almost all quarters in this country that the conspicuous consumption which is being resorted to by people should be heavily taxed than it is being done today. So I am not prepared to accept any criticism that this bill does in any way offend the principles for which this party stands or the majority of the people in the country stand. Some people have now resorted to the argument advanced generally by interest who are affected by the measure that it will affect tourism industry, the hotel industry and the employment in this country. I will now answer all these points. First, so far as tourism is concerned, I have not known any country in which tourism has been affected because the hotel rates are high. On the other hand, throughout the world, this hotel tax is being levied on all of us who go abroad and stay in hotels. This has not, so far as I know, affected tourist traffic in any country. People who come as tourists come for enjoyment. They are prepared to pay high rates for rooms and they are prepared to pay the tax thereon. Therefore, to say that on account of this tax on rooms rent receipts, tourism will be affected means that we are exaggerating a small thing. So the people who are affected want to show tourism as a sort of excuse for escaping the payment of this tax. I was alleged that there was objection from Ministry of Tourism when we included this item in the budget and I mentioned it in the budget speech. It had been approved by the cabinet. No budget can be presented without cabinet approval and the cabinet includes the minister for tourism also. Before any bill is to be presented to the house, it has to be approved by the cabinet and the minister for tourism is a member of the cabinet. Therefore, for members of parliament to say that the Ministry of Tourism objected is not fair. The position is that it has been approved by the cabinet, which means that every member of the cabinet has accepted this proposal. The second argument is that this tax will affect the hotel industry. I do not see why it should affect the hotel industry because it is passed on to the consumer. It is the consumer who is going to pay this tax and the hotel is only a collecting agent. Therefore, to say that the hotel industry will be affected is also not a legitimate argument. The third argument is that it will affect employment because the hotel industry gives a lot of employment. It is a very strange argument. Stop.